While other scorpionfish rely on their protective spines as defense, the Rhinopius's bright and varied color patterns and lacy appendages help it to blend into the rich colors of the reef. It's an astonishing fact that more people have been into space than have visited the ocean abyss. 2.5 miles below the Atlantic Ocean, a submersible is going to visit the world's most famous shipwreck, the Titanic, which a deep-sea weirdo has made its home. This large, ugly fish gets its name because its tail looks like that of a rat. That's why it's called a rat tail. It patrols the deep oceans of the world in search of animal carcasses rotting on the seafloor. It's one of the weirdos that continues to haunt the rusting remains of the Titanic. The rat tail even made a cameo appearance in the blockbuster Hollywood movie. Now here's a weirdo fact. Some scientists reckon there are 10 billion rat tails trawling the deep sea. That would mean there are 3 times more rat tails than people. From the grey, colourless depths of the ocean where sunlight never penetrates to the bright, vibrant colours of the reef. Nudibranchs are some of the brightest coloured creatures of the ocean. Believe it or not, there are societies all around the world dedicated to studying these strange but unintelligent life forms, which come in a range of exotic shapes and sizes. The name nudibranch literally means naked gill. This is the part of the animal that looks like a small flower. They actually carry their gills outside their bodies rather than protected within. Their diet helps them perform another weird evolutionary trick. Immune to the poisons in the sponges on which they feed, they use the toxins in their prey as part of their defense, and copy the colors for camouflage purposes. Another bizarre twist in their morphology has resulted in the solar-powered nudibranch. It looks like a piece of soft coral, and in fact does something very similar. It provides a home to dozens of single-celled algae, which convert sunlight into energy. So the algae get a free home, and the nudibranch benefits from a cheap source of energy. And it probably needs the energy in big supplies when it comes to mating. Nudibranch sex can take up to 5 days, and some species end up laying hundreds of thousands of eggs, even millions. Now this weirdo is one of the ugliest and deadliest fish in the ocean. It's bad enough that the stonefish is almost impossible to see when camouflaged on the reef. When lurking hidden just below the surface of the seabed, it's impossible to spot unless it moves. But make the mistake of standing on one, and the consequences can be as dreadful as falling victim to a medieval plague. That's because these obnoxious-looking critters have venom to match their cosmetic disfigurement, a venom so toxic it can cause liver failure, paralysis, even hemorrhaging. They say beauty is only skin deep, but the stonefish seems to have gone out of its way to defy the laws of attractiveness in the realm of the ocean weirdo. Are found both on land and in the ocean. In the lab at Southampton Oceanography Institute is a deep-sea giant of the species, nicknamed Darth Vader, because it looks so much like the evil character in the film Star Wars.
Darth Vader, he's our famous big isopod, and we've had him in the collections here for a long time. He's become a bit of a favourite specimen. He's about 45 centimetres long, and these animals, these isopods as they're called, these are the ones that are the common relative of your woodlice in your garden. Now, as you can tell from looking at the specimen, it's very, very different in size to the isopods that you would find in your back garden under a rock or something. This is a very good example of abyssal gigantism. It's when an animal whose relatives in shallow water, or on land in this case, are a lot smaller than this particular specimen. It's fantastic to see something so big, and to know that these animals can survive and be to such great sizes, that they've been successful.
Swimming through this swarm of jellyfish may seem crazy, but these are in fact non-stinging jellyfish. Other relatives of the jellyfish have evolved even more bizarrely. Believe it or not, this creature can grow to a greater length than any of the big whales. Some of the biggest grow to around 40 meters, making them the longest creatures in the world. It's called a siphonophore, a twisting, swirling mass of individual animals all joined together in one long colony of transparent jellies. Amazingly, they all seem to have specific roles, from those at the head and tail whose job it is to create movement, to the dozens of other body parts which are responsible for eating and reproduction. And just like its more common relatives, the siphonophore is equipped with deadly stinging cells which cover its body, providing an excellent defense against the myriad of would-be predators. A weird and rare giant of the ocean. At the other extreme we have weird and beautiful in the shape of a sea creature best known because its head looks like a miniature horse.